Hello guys, welcome back to Spoken Essays. I am Harshal. Yes. Oh yeah, and this is sorry. Yeah, they're just setting up my. Well, I just changed a few things with my setup. You guys can see a different background now. So I just worked a little bit on that, and you can see the background now. You can see the what I look at the window when I just a second. Yeah. The gust of wind was so strong I had to move my setup, but you can see that's where the setup was before, and now I've moved it a little, so don't worry about it. And we can continue with our work. So without wasting more time, let us resume our work. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen with you. Okay, and I'll also okay, you can see me now. Hello, hi, and that's me. And I'll have to set it up in some way that you guys don't, it doesn't affect your view. So in the meantime, just I'll set it up. I'll play with play with OBS, and you can, see what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is I'm currently moving it to the top left corner. If it's in the top left corner, what does it look like? Can you guys see the text? What if I scroll up? Nope, you guys won't be able to see the title, but I can read the title out to you guys. The rest of this text variables are declared within a function, and this and that, maybe that you won't be able to see, but nothing to worry about. Where else can I put you so that you guys cannot? What I can do is I'll increase the size of this console. Then we can do, then I can move then I can move this right here, bottom right corner. Then you guys will also be able to see the I think the reference. So you can see the reference error. Whatever we write in this output will be visible. So I think we can go ahead with this. Just a second, let me increase the volume. Okay, that's much better. I can hear myself, and you guys can also hear me. Okay, what else? Let me turn off the Samsung monitor. Capture mic audio. Yes, good enough. Clone BG. Then we have flashy BG video border. What is that? I'll keep that off. We don't use that at all anyway. Not a problem. Are we missing anything else? Are we live? Yes, we are live, and we are good to go. So before I begin, that live that I did was that was very long. That's the longest I have ever been live. 5 hours at a stretch, a new record for me. I'll try to break it. Maybe 6 hours. Maybe what we can do is I can maintain a 5-hour streak for a week, and maybe we can start then building my tolerance to the screen. But of course it depends on the weather too. So if you guys don't know, today in my city Vadodara, the weather is very pleasant today. It is quite gloomy because of the clouds, but because of the rain, the weather is quite cold. So because of that coldness, maybe I was able to stay for a longer period. So thankfully I'm very thankful for the weather. And anyway, let us begin. I can already see that we have one viewer. Thank you for joining. I hope you bring more viewers from your circle here. And in the last live video, we also we went on a Google Meet video to speak with Mr. Sagar More, one of the viewers of the channel, and he tried to show me what this is. So quickly I'll show you what happened. I'll give you a quick review if you didn't get to see it in the live video. So what I'll do is, so you guys can see this code, right? So the function local scope. I'll have to move that. Okay. Can you guys? So there's a lot of sound coming from the background. Let me just take care of that. Why don't you guys listen to the music for a few seconds? Thanks. Sorry about that. Now we are back on. Yes, the noise was dealt with. There is a cute baby in town. So let us continue. So what I was explaining is the function local scope. So well, yeah, this is not my local scope anyway. So what we were talking about is local and global variables. So in the local and global variables, whenever I declare a variable in a function, inside a function, what this editor would do is it would keep it local, even if I didn't give it the variable property or the const property or the variable local const and the let property. Despite that, we still even if we didn't give it that, it didn't become an accidentally global variable, but in different, well, let me just show it to you. So in a different compiler, it worked. It worked, and we could see this, whatever was inside the function, we could print that in the console.log my variable. If you guys don't follow, let me just quickly show this to you, and we can continue with the remaining part. So I'm declaring a variable. You can see I haven't written anything before. Equals let's say hello. Yeah, hello, that's good enough. Put the semicolon. Yes, very good. You can see in the reference error it says my variable is not defined, because this is an accidentally global variable, and whenever this happens, what this editor would do is it wouldn't acknowledge it. So maybe freeCodeCamp has made it that way for us to learn what global variables and what local scope is, what local and what global variable is. Anyway, so back to this. So this function would call this function. It would print something, but it wouldn't print anything except unless we wrote variable. And now you can see inside, so you can inside my local scope and then my variable. So you can see that hello here. The moment, even if I make this a constant, it would still be visible. You can see there's no change. Even if I make this let, there wouldn't still be any change, but you saw that it refreshed itself. The moment I remove this, it would show a reference error. But in, let's go to this. So this is my new tab page. If I open, oh sorry, not this, bye. If I go to inspect right here and I go to the console, in their console they also have a what I can call, well, an interpreter. If I print here, can you guys see that? Let me zoom in. Okay, yeah, that's much better. So I'll also resize this. So if you resize this is the function, the same function I copied and pasted here, and it prints three values. If you see here, inside my local scope, outside my local scope, hello, and undefined. Whereas when the same code is written here, it shows us this. It says reference my variable is not defined. It says undefined as well, but above undefined, we see two entries, two logs. Let's say that one says inside, which prints this console.log, and the second one prints this console.log outside my local scope, my variable. So that's what we figured out. Something weird, something new, something to learn about. So Mr. Sagar said that freeCodeCamp must have designed it in that manner. Must have. I have no clue how they designed it, how they designed their website. I have no clue. But how they designed is that this variable, whatever variable we declare inside a function, will stick to that variable. It will not become a global variable. Yeah, we played around with it for a few times, but yeah, this is what we came across. So variable, my variable, hello. Let me run the test so we are clear of this. Good. What I'll do is I'll click on Control Enter so that we can go to the next step. Unfortunately, it didn't take us to the latest step. We've already passed this. So what I'll do is I'll have to go back to the curriculum, and in the curriculum, if I scroll down, oh yes, so if you stand in line. And by the way, I finished 50% of this today. It is a lot of information to just take in for one day. So I'm going to go a little bit slower now, but yeah, those 5 hours are pretty they were pretty intense. They were we were we were deeply submerged, and hopefully I'll do longer, more and more of those sessions. Okay, so stand in line. Okay, so this is where we were. Now this is something new, so let us slow down and begin. Okay, so stand in line. In computer science, a queue is an abstract data structure. It's an abstract. Abstract is something that you can't see. It only exists in thought. But what does it mean when we are talking about computers and data and, well, computer science itself? Let me, that is, can I should be able to do it. Just a second. Yeah, though I just readjusted the wire. Sorry about that. Sorry if you have to see that. Okay, that's good. Okay, okay. Can you guys? Yeah, you guys cannot see a dictionary. See the dictionary, can you? So Q is an abstract, so that is an adjective. So the first meaning of abstract is, well, existing in thought. You guys can barely see the top of my head. Let me. Yes, much better. The hair, yeah, happens. Existing in thought or as an idea, but not having a physical or concrete existence. So it's all abstract. Really, all of it is abstract if you think about it. So in computer science, a queue is an abstract data structure where items are kept in order. New items can be added. Yeah, the earphone can be added. That is much better. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I just moved my setup again because of the wind. It used to be near the window but because of heavy wind and rain, I've set it up this way. In maybe after a couple of days, I'll set it back there. You guys can see the view better. I'll try to do something about that because this is not closer to the window. It tends to make the device heat up easily. Yeah, anyway, back to this. So in computer science, a queue is an abstract data structure where items are kept in order. New items can be added at the back of the queue, and old items are taken off from the front of the queue. Write a function next in line. So we are going to create a function called next in line, which takes an array, takes an array and a number of items as arguments. And a number, that number will be an item as arguments. Okay. Add the number to the end of the array, then remove the first element of the array. Whoa, that is a lot of add the number at the end of the array. So to add a number at the end of the array, we do have a function. I'll have to brush up again. Maybe the 5 hours were so intense, I can barely remember any of that. So I'll refer to a few functions. I can refer to them from here. But you know what? Let's also look at the code. So write the function next in line. So we already have a function here, which takes an array. And a number item as arguments. Okay. So all right. First we have to declare a variable. We write it takes an array and equals block. So it will take an array and a number item. So variable item, it will take a number. Okay. Let's read this. Maybe because of the 5 hours, because of that, I can't seem to grab this. Maybe it will take me some time to get back into the JavaScript thing. Let me put around a good spacing as well. So we have so we have a function. Much better. Okay. I'm sorry about that. The mic keeps behaving differently. Okay. So we have a variable and a number. I could also make this a constant. Yeah, let's make them a constant then. Oh, then it won't be, it will only be read only. Instead, then let's make this let. Okay, so let, so write a function, we wrote a function, only change the code below this line, only change the code above this line, okay, which takes an array, it takes an array and a number item as arguments, good. So it will take them, add the number to the end of the array, add the number to the end of the array. So this number will be added to the array. To do that, we have to go through this, subtract 1, divide num, add two numbers with JavaScript. Nope. We came across a function where we can add the numbers, manipulate. Yes, push, pop, shift, unshift. So unshift is to add it to the beginning, shift is to remove it from the beginning, pop is to remove it from the end, and push is to add it to the end. Okay, so we are going to append data. So what will we do? Write a function next in line which takes an array, it takes an array and a number item as arguments. Okay, add the number to the end of the array. So this item, what? Yeah, suddenly bashpivan thai gyu chhe. Let me think. We are going to use the push method. So what I'll do is array. Nope. I'll have to read this again. So array push 4. I see. So arr dot push what a number. Then what we can do is I can paste it here, and that these are not valid arguments. Wow, I must be losing my marble. So what I'll do is I'll maybe read this next in line. I can see that. So array will be an array. Very nice. Phi should return a number. So when you test array, it also says test array. I am completely so should return 1. Right now it is returning nothing. What if I write item? Or we are to let it be. Node, I'm going to try and read this code. Maybe all of it just disappeared from my mind. So what does this do? Let's read this again. Add it to the back of the queue, and all items are taken off from the front of the queue. I don't know what this is, so we're not going to play with that. Write a function next in line which takes an array and a number as arguments. Add the number to the end of the array. Where is next in line? Oh, next in line is here. The third line it would be okay. Oh, I see this. Okay. So if we let it be this, what will it do? You know what, I'm going to take a short break. My fuse is blown. Just take I'll take a short break. I'll fetch some water. Maybe my mind will start running after some water. Just give me a second, please. Why don't you listen to the music? Hello guys, welcome back. And you can see me, you can look at me while I lose my marbles over this. That's something I could have finished in 5 minutes, which is taking me longer than ever. Maybe it happens to me, or maybe it happens to people who are learning JavaScript. But yeah, I'm completely baffled by how maybe 2 hours ago I finished 50% of this, and now I have no clue what I'm doing. So you know what, I'm going to maybe take it more slow and try to understand what they're talking about and what am I missing that I don't understand now. Okay, so you can see here they say only change code below this line. So we are supposed to add code, text, whatever in this row. It's in these lines itself. Okay, so this is back to basics. Now what are we to do? So they're telling us this is what it should return. Okay, but for now let's try to read. So we are supposed to write a function. So we've already written a function, but we are supposed to take 2 arguments. One would take an array. It would take an array. Let's say it could be this test array. Acha. So you know what, let arr be an array. How do we let it be an array? By using brackets, right? But now it throws an error, identifier has already been declared. If it already has been declared, then let's not declare it. I see. Okay, maybe they're looking at the error makes me understand. So we are not supposed to do that. Okay, then what are we to do? Not let me reset this lesson just a second. Yeah, okay, so this is what the lesson was like. So this is what it prints right now. Before, the array looks like this. Then what do? We add 6. We should add 6. Oh, it's already calling the function next in line. And after that, this should become 6, right? Let's see, what does it say? 5 should return a number. So if this were 5, it should return a number. Next in line, array should return 1. So if it were 1, then it would return 1. If it said 2, 1, then it should return 2. Interesting. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, then it should return 5. The first value. Interesting. After next in line, this test array 4 should be 10. Yeah, that is, yeah, I'm completely gone. Wow, that is the first time. You know what, I'm going to refer to the previous step we did. Maybe that will help me understand. Let me open this, scroll down, assignment with a returned value. So this is how we wrote this, return this. It would take a value num plus 3 and it would return this. Okay, we already have a return that says item. Maybe we are supposed to which takes an array and number. So when I wrote ARR, it said it already has been set up. So then we try to work on argument. Let's say let what item. You know what, let's do this. We'll make this 5 for a number. Okay, so it also says identifier item has already been declared. Exactly, that cannot be taken. How? It takes an array and number as and a number item as arguments. So this is a number, it will take that as an argument. Okay, and this is an array, which is this, and the number to the end of the array. Add the number to the end of the array. You know what, I'm going to refer to this. So this does this. Okay, we came across the push and the push method. So you know what, I'm going to try doing that. So array dot push what item. Something changed, this became 6 now. So let's see, should return a number. What if I make this 5? This becomes 5. Should okay, make it switch there. Let's see, let's check. So we have 2 tick marks. So one should return 1. Okay, and it says, you know what, I'll increase the, yeah, okay, that's better. Can you guys see that now? Okay. So what did we do wrong? Next in line, when it's entered the test array is returned number 2. Test array ki, acha, what does that mean? Am I to do it this way? Oh, sorry. Let's try that. Nope, that's not how it should be written. Maybe I'm slowly getting it. So we are supposed to append whatever is in the item to an array. Okay, let's read that again. Add the number to the end of the array. So is push right? Let's read push again. Append it to the end of the array. Okay, not array, sorry, my mistake. So yeah, we used push. Okay, what is the syntax of push? If you want to push a number, let's say 4 to this, then we do it this way, then it would become 1 2 3 4. Okay, what else are we to do? Actually, you should return 2. What? Let's, yeah, but we somehow figured this out, so that's correct. Then if it were, you know, let's scroll down. Yeah, if I make this, okay, what does this mean? That's not a bracket quotation notation. Is it a bracket notation? Next in line, bracket notation 2 comma space 1 should return 2. Or if I were to change this manually, let's see. Oh, sorry, that is completely wrong. I have to write 2 and 1. Next in line 2, 1 should return 2. It returns this. So something's up. Let's see, what is it? Let's read this again. The next in line function should return the element that was removed. Oh yeah, we learned about this. Whatever was removed, if we want to, we need to put that in a variable then. We'll have to scroll down and get to that point. So understanding undefined value returned from a function. Global versus return a value from a function with return, passing values to function, writing reusable, manipulate, yeah. Shopping list, writing reusable, जो भी हमने remove किया था, there was a way to find out. We just learned that in the previous. I'll have to go through all these. This is a function, there is parameters, return a value, global scope, global, local, nope. Storing values with the assignment operator. So the return value is assigned to the sum variable. Just remove the first element. Okay, yeah. Now it's getting, yeah, it's coming back to me. Add the number at the end of the array. Then remove the first element of the array. We are also supposed to remove the first element of the array. So I'm missing an argument here. Yeah, let's put the semicolon as well. Obviously I'm missing an argument. Oh yeah, let's also put this back. So it's supposed to be test array. This was supposed to be 5. Okay, yeah, okay, back to this. You can see that has happened. Then I'll put this as 6. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Back to this. Okay, very good. Now we are also supposed to remove the first element. To remove the first element, I think we use pop. So array dot pop what, just this first element. So what happened to you? Okay, does that work or does that break my code completely? Remove the first element of the array. So it removed the first element. Oh, let's read pop. Does it pop them? Push is add to the end. Pop is to remove at the end. So it should be unshift. Unshift works exactly like push, but instead of adding the element, oh, so we have to use shift. Okay. Oh yeah, it's all coming back together now. So now it's 2 3 4 5 6. Let's check. Okay. So running test should return 2. So what does this say? Okay. But yeah, this did work. What else are we to do? Okay, so now we've also figured this one out. तो और कुछ तो बाकी है. So what does this say? After the next, how did we solve this? So after next in line test array, whatever the text array, and we write 10. So that means we want to append this value, which is 10. Test array 4 should be 10. So the fourth value, which is the fifth value, really should be 10. Is it? Does it become 10? Let's make this. So yeah, the fifth value, or this would say the fourth value should be 10. Okay, now I'm getting back. So if it is given an argument 2, the second item in an array, this should return 2. Third item, okay, what? You know what, I'm going to read this again. Maybe this will help me understand again. In computer science, a queue is an abstract data structure where items are kept in order. New items can be added at the back of the queue. Okay. Back of the queue, and old items are taken off from the front of the queue. Okay. So we did exactly that. We created a queue. Items added at the back of the queue and then removed from the front. What else? What should this return then? Okay. I don't know, let's find out. Yeah. So we have q.push, so we create a variable. So kind of, yeah, I think we nailed the three things, but now we are also supposed to do this. Should return to. So let me get this straight. If this thing runs and the arguments are this, the argument is this 2, as in square brackets, this should say 2, oh, come on, 2, and this 1. So then next in line, which is this, should return the value 2. Okay, how do I need to understand? Because which array are you targeting, man? Which array? I keep saying array. Which array are you targeting, bro? If it's simply just, array 2. And you want to append 1. Then I want you to show, you want me to show you the first item. Anyone in the comments? Okay. Now let's keep this test ARR back to normal. Put this back to normal. When it's this, and if I write 5, it will return a number. So it does return a number. Now if it's this, it should return 1. So it does return 1. Let's read this code. Why does it return 1? So when we put when we enter an empty whatever, अच्छा तो ये item पर, अच्छा तो ये भरता है, ठीक है, it will return an item, makes sense. हाँ, so it's supposed to return an item, it does. Should return 1, it does. तो क्या add किया वो तो बता रहा है. Then when we do this, और इस पे हमने एक number को append किया, then it should return 2. Why? And I mean चलो y तो ठीक है, इसको करना है. So at the end to the add the number as in the number as in this to the end of the array. So when we use whatever the argument is being entered, it will be entered. Then remove the first element of the array. So we remove the first element of the array with this, whatever has been given, and then it should also return an item. So return item. What am I not getting? This was written, this was as it is. I haven't touched this, but it says only change code above this line. So we are supposed to do something to this. What if I write item की जगह array लिखेंगे तो क्या करेगा ये? Array is not defined. Oh sorry, ARR. It will give us a blank array. Because after all the array is blank, obviously. testerr, but we don't want that. If I write item, it will return 1, so whatever item we put in this argument. Okay, but for this argument, when we put this, it should return 2. We have to do something with that, aren't we? We are supposed to do something with that. We are supposed to store that in a variable, whatever we shift. Well, what will it be called? You know what, let's try this. So variable, I'll also declare this as an item. Okay, let's see. So now if I make this, remove this, in this I put 2 and I put 1, this should return 2. Let's see whether this works. Okay, I'm going to read that code again and try to understand what I just did. It was all, I think it was all a fluke, maybe not. Let's see. Okay, so let's put this back to test arr. Okay, very good. So it says 1, it returns 1. So I think it's going to test all these probabilities. Okay, so what did we do? Inside this function called next in line, this function next in line takes 2 arguments, one an array and one an item. So we are going to feed it an item, feed it an array. This is an array already set up for us, and this is the item that has also been entered. अभी क्या करेंगे? Whenever we call this function, so what will it do? So to this array, whatever has been entered, इसने ये array लिया. Now we can see array and push an item. So what it will do is, in this array, I keep saying that. Okay, it will push an item. So what is the item for this case? It was 1. Let's make this put this back to 6. Okay, you can also see the after effects, but yeah. So to the array, it will append this number 6. So you can see in the after column, in this console, you can see the number 6 has been added. After that, what it does is, we declare another variable called item. So after everything, after it has been appended, we call an item. Okay, so variable called item. So now the value of the item will change. What will it do? So it will remove the first item from this array. You can see array and shift. So it will remove an item, and whatever the value is, I get it. That is so cool. So ये जो number है, ये number अभी इस item में store हो गया, and it will return the number, the item number. Very cool. That is so good. But in that case, if I make it this, oh yeah, I remove that. So now this is an empty array. This is an empty array. So what does this do? So if I write the function an empty array, with the first argument is empty and this as 1, so of course the array will still be empty if you think about it. Yeah, because it returns test array, not array anyway. Very good actually. Wow. Okay, now that I get it, it's very interesting. It is so cool. So yeah, do not look at this anymore. We have changed the argument here. I'll just press enter for you guys. So when we enter as this as the argument and 5 as the argument, what it will do is, it will append 5 to this array, and then it will remove the item from the array again, because yeah, there's only one item if you think about it. So, and the moment we remove that item, which is 5, it will get stored in this variable item, and it will return the item number. Yeah, suddenly I'm back. It took me so long to figure this small thing. I call it a small thing. Maybe it was the effect of taking a break for 2 hours. Never again. I'm So sorry guys. But it took me 50 minutes to finish this one step. Maybe it was destined to be this way. Hopefully in the next few days it will take us lesser or longer time to figure something that is completely simple. But yeah, now I get it. Array, push item, variable item, array, shift, return item. Pretty cool, very nice. Thank you both the viewers that are watching. I hope you had a great time looking at me trying to figure this thing out. Yeah, thank you. Okay, now we have finished 50% again. Why not? Why? I don't know. Okay, and now we are Boolean values. Let me close this real quick. Okay, so understanding Boolean values. So what does this do? Another data type is the Boolean, as in one or the other. If you must have come across if statements, true or false, maybe one of two values. It's either this or that, it's nothing else. They are basically little on off switches, binary 1 0, true false, where true is on and false is off. These two states are mutually exclusive. Boolean values are never written with quotes. The strings true and false are not Boolean and have no special meaning in JavaScript. Okay, yeah, so true and false do not have any special meaning. They are just for our understanding. Yeah, and they are never written in quotes. Let's see, what does that mean? So modify the welcome to booleans this function so that it returns true instead of false. What are we to write? True, just true? Let's see. I think that's exactly what we are to write, not true. Oh, yeah, so that they mean they mean strings true. I'm sorry. Watch me have a breakdown. I am finding it difficult to comprehend this, but yeah, now I realize. So strings, not this. So you're not supposed to write the string true. Those are not recognized. Those are they do not have any special meaning. It will not be considered correct. We just write true. True is on, false is off, and we are supposed to modify functions so that it returns true instead of false. That's it. I think that's it. They're giving us space to maybe throw us off, but I think that's it. That's instead of false we were supposed to make it true. But let's read the tests. So say what should it say? So this function should return a boolean true or false value. So I changed return to false. True. Welcome boolean should return true. Literally that's it. I think that should get us to the next step. Nice. Okay. Now use conditional logic with if statements. The headache, the real headache, I would call them. Well, they're not a headache if you know what you're doing, but the challenge is it's the challenge that makes it interesting. How do you use if statements to get the desired result? If statements are used to make decisions in code. The keyword if tells JavaScript to execute the code in the curly braces. In the curly braces under certain conditions defined in the parentheses. Let's find out how you pronounce parenthesis. It says parenthesis. So it's parenthesis. So this is parentheses. Parenthesis. These conditions are known as Boolean conditions and they may only be true or false. Okay, fair enough. When the condition evaluates to true, the program executes the statement inside the curly braces. When the Boolean condition evaluates to false, the statement inside the curly braces will not execute. If true, do this. If false, do this. Pretty clear. मतलब अगर true होगा तो तू एक दो चीज़ें करेगा. Let's say I'm going to the market. If the shop is open, then get this list of groceries. If the shop is closed, then return. Of course you're supposed to return after you get the groceries, but that's the action when you are at the store. So let's say you are traveling, your mom asks you to do this. She says, बेटा अगर दुकान खोली है तो दूध लेके आना. When you go to the store, either it could be closed or it could be open. So what you would do is, if it's open, you would go and buy milk, or if it were closed, you would go home. Obviously it's not that simple. दुनिया में तो अभी दूसरी जगह से आप दूध लेने जा सकते हैं. But yeah, true or false, if the store is open, do this. If the store is closed, do this. So these are two values. I think maybe I didn't explain it well enough, or maybe I explained it precisely, or somewhere in there. But yeah, so yeah, if some condition is true, let's say if it's daylight, you can say go out. If it's daytime, so I can ask you, is it daytime? And you would return, let's say, false. You'd say false, it's not daytime, or I can't see daylight. Then I could tell you to go to sleep. And if your answer were to be yes, it is daytime, then I would ask you to go to the house. In the case where it's true, it is daylight, then I would not even ask you or tell you to go to bed. But if it were the other way around, then I would not even ask you to leave the house. If that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, please guys in the comments, नहीं समझ आ रहा तो बताइए, थोड़ा और मदद कर देता हूँ. शायद आपको समझाने में मुझे भी थोड़ी ज़्यादा समझ आ जाए. When the condition evaluates to true, so I'll continue reading. When the condition evaluates to true, the program executes the statement inside the curly braces when the boolean condition evaluates to false. हाँ, मतलब true करना है, true होगा तो तुम ये करोगे. Let's say if it's true, then you do 1 plus 1. If it's false, then you do 1 plus 2. The statement inside the curly braces will not execute. दो में से एक ही execute होंगे. Okay. So this says pseudocode. Pseudo means fake. But according to the dictionary, the meaning of pseudocode is something else. A notation resembling a simplified programming language used in program design. So yeah, this is what it looks like, the code. If and we write condition is true, whatever the condition may be, then you would return execute whatever we wanted to do. I'll write this code instead of explaining. Maybe I'm not doing a good job explaining. So let's look at this example. So this is function. Of course, by now we know what functions are and how they are written. Then we write the name of the function after the space. This is the name of the function. No, it is not a string. It is a name of a function. Keep in mind. Then this is the argument. The argument would be my condition. Yes. And then in the curly brackets, you can see this curly bracket opens here, then another curly bracket opens here, then this curly bracket ends, and this is where the function ends. Whatever is in it, which is this if condition, it's a part of this function. So let's say I write my condition 5 divided by 2 equals 0. So it will run my condition. If it's true, it will return it was true. If it's not true, it will return it was false. So this is how they write the code. The true part comes in the first curly bracket, and after that returns the false value. So it could, we could run anything else. So true, false दोनों print करवाएंगे. Interesting. Oh, अच्छा. Let's see what this does. I have no clue why it wants to run the function and write it true. अच्छा, run the function if it were true, what would it say? It was true, it was false. हमने कुछ conditions डाली नहीं है. Actually conditions डाली है. Now I understand it better. तो यहाँ पे जो मैंने function call किया है, अगर मैं function में argument लिखूँगा true, तो ये return करेगा it was true. अगर मैंने argument में लिखा है false, तो ये it was false return करेगा. Pretty clear to me, maybe not to the viewers, but don't worry, I will solve it. I will show you guys what this is. Now what does this say? So let's read this. Test true returns the string it was true. Then test false returns the string it was false. When test is called, which is this, that's the function is called with a value of true, the if statements evaluates my condition to see if it is true or not. So जो भी condition है अगर वो true होगी तो ये print करेगा. Since it is true, the function returns it was true. When we call test with a value of false, my condition is not true and that statement in the curly bracket is not executed, and the function returns it was false. Create an if statement. Okay, so this is what we have to do for this, what we are supposed to do for this. So create an if statement. Pretty cool. Yeah, in that if statement we'll first put the whatever was that true thing. So I'll copy this here. That's the condition or the argument, I would say. Inside the curly bracket I would write return what? This. Yes, that was true. Now that looks like a string, so I'll put that, sorry, double quotes, and I'll paste it and I'll write this. Okay, so that is for the true value, and for the we don't need that, and for the false value we'll simply ask it to return no, that was false. Yeah, how do I know where I'm writing? Because I'm using this as my reference. This is where the true statement was written inside the curly bracket after the if statement, and the false whatever was returned to be false, that's outside this curly bracket. So that's what I'm following. I could be wrong, there could be other ways of writing this. Let's see. And it says, yeah, why? So it says, okay, and it says unknown expected, only change the code above this line. Oh, अच्छा, यहाँ पे भी curly bracket आ गया. We don't need that. Sorry. Yep. Okay, your test output will go here, so nothing has changed. Good. Now create an if statement. Done. Inside the function to return this. Yes. If the parameter was that true is true. No, that was false otherwise. So what we can do is we can call that function and find out. So let's see. And I write true, true, lowercase, oh sorry, true, that is not defined. If I write true, why does it not return anything? It should return this, shouldn't it? Why not? Am I making a mistake anywhere? Was that true? Yes, was that true? Let's read this again. Was that true? If the parameter was that true, हाँ तो हम लोग लिख रहे हैं ना यहाँ पे argument and return no if otherwise. Why does it not return the value? Are we supposed to print the value first? What if I write false? False. No change here. Why does it not show me the change? I am calling a function called true or false, which is this, which has the argument was that true. Do you want me to change this to true? अरे बाप रे. Yeah, okay, let's command Z in all this again. Okay, so when this is true, it will return this. When it's false, false, why does it not return anything? Are we supposed to put log in there? You know what, I'm going to do that. Console.log, just for me to see whether it is correct or not. Okay, sorry, that got zoomed out. I to do something about this. Okay, and we put that. So it says yes, that was true. Okay, it should also return another value. So it does return the values. Okay, just because the return function doesn't show it doesn't mean it's not working. Understand. What else are we to do? That's it. So true or false should be a function. That's the A is a function. True or false? True should return a string. Unfortunately, I can't see anything, but it is returning a string. Should return a string. True or false? True should return the string. Yes, that was true. Why are you not then? Why? Let's check. Run the test. So of course we passed it. It says running test completed, but why can't we see it? That is an obsession, but we can see that we have passed the test. Now we go to comparison. We just finished Boolean values. Let's see. There are many comparison operators. Comparison operators. All of these operators return a Boolean or a Boolean true or false value. The most basic operator is the equality operator. The equality operator compares two values and returns true if they are equivalent or false if they are not. Okay. Which two values? Note that equality is different from assignment. Yes. Which assigns the value on the right of the operator to a variable on the left. Okay. Let's read this. Let's read this example to understand more what they mean. So this is a function and this is an argument. The argument is my, what is this? val, my val. Okay, why not? My value. So my value, if my value compares, what's the difference between equal to and not equal to? So equality, let's see, compares to value and returns if they're equivalent. So they're equivalent. अच्छा, तो मैं let's say कोई, so this could be used for password protection. Let's say I enter the password ABCD, and this could also be a variable which stores my password. So अगर मेरा password मैं यहाँ पे लिखता हूँ और जब भी मैं login करने का try करूँगा और वो मैं password को इसके साथ check करूँगा, then I can basically this is space, yeah, this is password. इससे मैं password check कर सकता हूँ. Yeah. Okay, now I understand. So equality operator, it's not equal to, it's equality. ये जो दोनों value है दोनों same है कि नहीं वो देखता है. Pretty cool. So that's the equality operator. Note that equality is different from the assignment. Yeah, understood. If my value is equal to 10, the equality operator returns true. Nice. The true is always inside, apparently it's always inside the curly brackets, and this is always outside the curly brackets of the if statement. What else? Okay. Otherwise the function will return not equal. Okay. In order for JavaScript to compare two different data types, for example numbers and strings, it must convert one type to another. This is known as type coercion. So you have to coerce something, you have to force it, you have to coerce. I've come across that word in TV shows about law drama, the practice of persuading someone to do something by using force or threats. So that's the meaning of coercion. So we are forcing a data type to become another data type. So we are forcing a number to become a string, or we are forcing a string to become a number. What for? To compare the two. Yeah. So this is called type coercion. Oh, what's the pronunciation? Coercion. Okay. So that's schwa. Acha. Oh yeah, that's co. Acha, coercion. Yeah, coercion makes sense. Coercion. Once it does, however, it can compare terms as follows. So एक बार कर दिया फिर वो compare ऐसे करता है. So let's read this. That's 1 and 1. they're comparing. Yep, it's true. 1 and 2, they're false. So these were numbers, these two were numbers. Now let's look at this. So this is a number and a string. Yeah, interesting. What if I were to put a space after the one letter? That would be funny. That would cause so many people so many headaches. It wouldn't be true, but someone who doesn't notice spaces would find this agonizing. Okay. And the same way with single quotation marks or single quotes or double quotes, it would appear true. Makes sense. So yeah, it will coerce either of the two values to become a string or a number, and then it will compare the two. Okay. Add the equality operator to the indicated line. We can see the indicated line, so that the form will return the string equal when value is equivalent to 12. So what are we to do? Add the equality operator. So how do we do this? So instead of okay. So value will return the string equal when the value is equivalent to 12. So yeah, we put two equal to marks, two buttons that appear to be equal to signs, and we've changed this line. As you can see, this is the only line we were supposed to change. They're giving us clear instructions, and now it will return not equal. We can't see it returning not equal because it's not console.log, but yeah, it does return that. Okay. And what has to do when val is, so that the function will return the string equal when val is equivalent to 12. Yep, good enough, makes sense. So यहाँ पे यहाँ पे हम लोग अगर 12 लिखेंगे तो ये लिखेगा equal, but otherwise it will return 10. So test equal to return, yep, not equal, it will return not equal. Test equal 12 should return this value equal. Yep, बराबर है. Test equal in double quotes 12 should return equal. You should use this operator. Yep, I think we are good to go to the next step. 53% of basic JavaScript done. You've got this. Are we live on? Let me check something about my Facebook live. I can't see whether I am live or not. Are we live on Facebook? Just a second, guys. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we are live on Facebook. Okay, back to this. Okay. So your test output will go here. Okay, let's read this. So now we have another strict equality operator. So these are three equal to signs. So strict equality is the counterpart of the equality operator. So basically, if you want to check whether something is not, maybe, I don't know, let's read this before I jump to conclusions. However, unlike the equality operator, which attempts to convert both values being compared to a common type, so the equality operator it converts both values and compares them. The strict equality operator does not perform a type conversion. So when we have three, so one equal to mark assigns any variable a value, then two equals signs, or what we would call equality operator, would will convert a type. We can also call it a type coercion, and the strict equality won't do either of those things. It will compare, but it will not coerce the types to become one or the other. If the values being compared have different types, they are considered unequal, and the strict equality operator will return false. That is very nice. That's actually cool. You can also see the example. If these are numbers, if the data type is the same, it will return true. Not only if the data type is the same, but also the number or the string or the value or whatever data type it is. If both of them are the same, it will return true. If this is a character, this is a string, and this is a number, and still they're both three, but they are different data types, so then it will return false. So yeah, it has to meet a condition that the data type has to be the same, whatever we are comparing. Okay, in the second example, 3 is a number type and 3 is a string type. Makes sense? So this condition has to be met where the two data types are the same, whatever we are comparing, their data types has to be the same. Okay, use the strict equality operator in the if statement. We can see that if statement here and see the change this line. So the function will return the string equal when val is strictly equal to 7, not even string 7, the number 7. So what I'll write is 3 times equal to sign, strict equality, and I'll write number 7. That's it. And let's see the test. What tests will it run? So if it's number 10, it will return not equal. Perfect. If it's 7, it will return 7. It will return equal. If it's in strings 7, it will return not equal. And you should use the triple equal to sign or the equality operator. Good enough, clear enough. 54% complete. Let's hope to finish till, oh, is it already an hour? Wow, I've completely lost the track of time. So let's keep the goal to at least reach 70% of this by the end of this day. Oh, I can see we have 3 viewers. Thank all 3 of viewers. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Now we continue with this. Practice comparing different values. Okay, in the last 2 challenges we learned about the equality operator and the strict equality operator. Yes, let's do a quick review and practice using these operators some more. Yeah, because we won't remember it immediately. Like you saw for the 50 minutes I tried to you saw me being an idiot trying to figure out what I was doing. Those 50 minutes were yeah, interesting. If the values being compared are not of the same type, the equality operator will perform a type conversion. Yes, the equality, not the strict equality. However, the strict equality will compare both the data type and value as is without converting one type to the other. Yes. So, so they're giving us revision. This returns true because JavaScript performs type conversion from string to number. Yes, so this will become a number. 3 returns false because the types are different and type conversion is not performed. Yeah, you can see this is equality operator, this is strict equality operator, very different things. Like there's at least one word before them that makes them very different. Anyway, what else does this say? In JavaScript you can determine the type of a variable or a value with the type of operator as follows. Wow, okay. Type of 3 returns the number, returns the string number. What? Oh, so we can determine the type of operator. Okay, type of variable or value. Acha, must be something, must be for a reason, maybe for some data analysis, must be for a reason. I can't think of any application yet. Maybe we'll see the application later. The way we found out, we can use the strict equality operator for something, for passwords. We can use equality operator for passwords. So yeah, I can see that application. Maybe there are better ways to check your password, validate your password. But yeah, so there must be some meaning to this. So type of 3 returns the string number and type of 3 returns the string. Yeah, understand? बेसिकली ये नंबर है या स्ट्रिंग है वो बताने के लिए हमें दिखता है, लेकिन उसको कैसे दिखेगा? They'll probably search for these codes. Now compare equality function in the editor compares 2 values using the equality operator. Yeah, we have compare equality. It's not making this up. It literally has a function called compare equality function in the editor. In the editor compares 2 values using the equality operator. Yes, modify the function so that it returns the string equal only when the values are strictly equal. strictly. That's it. Is that it? Let's check. Let's read this again. Maybe I missed something like I always do. So the compare equality function in the editor compares two values using the equality operator. Yes, it did. This is what the code was like. Modify the function so that it returns the string equal. Returns the string equal only when the values are strictly equal. So for strictly equal, we put this. That's it, I think. Yep. So we learned about type of to return us a we learned about type of. Oh sorry, I should have clicked on this. Now comparison. So we are so now we are going through more comparisons. Now we can see this thing. It says this is not equal to. We learned about not equal to in the previous video. The inequality operator is the opposite of the equality operator. It means not equal and returns false, where equality would return true and vice versa. So basically ये उल्टा हो गया. अभी यहाँ पे not equal है और यहाँ पे equal है. Pretty clear. So true and not true. Like the equality operator, inequality operator convert data types of value while comparing. Okay. So how will it return? This is not equal. Makes sense. This is also not equal. Sorry, this is equal. Oh, but we are not putting two equal to signs. There's only one exclamation and one equal to sign. Okay. So this is the inequality operator. So this is a number and this is a string. So they are still equal because it coerces. It does something called the type coercion. And then what else? Then let's check this. This is also false. This is also false. Makes sense. 1 and true. This is a number. This is what I would call a value, a function. We could call it a variable too if there is a variable called true. Then 0 false. What? Let's see. 1 and true. Oh, they might mean the same thing. So 1 equals true. That would be true in this case. Okay, I understand. But this is the not equal to operator. So when it returns false, that means these are equal. The same way this is false, so this means 0 and false are equal. Add the inequality operator in the if statement. So this is the if statement, inequality operator. So exclamation mark equals to, so that the function will return string not equal when val is not equivalent to 99. So if I run this 10 and 99, it would return true, not equal. Yes, I mean in the true statement we are writing not equal, but mind you guys, this is the true statement. Yep. See, before I go further, let me take a short break. Let me get some more water. Apparently I feel extremely parched. Just a second. Sorry about that. The mic keeps brushing with the t-shirt. Just a second. Bye. let's continue. Comparison with the strict inequality operator. So yeah, I think this is pretty clear. This is the opposite of strict equality, so it's strictly not equal, so even the strings will not be given a pass. The strict logical opposite of strict equality operator. Exactly. So returns false where strict equality would return true. Makes sense. So if you want to validate something, I think this I think you guys also understand so much that it's exactly the exact opposite of the strict equality. When the value returns, well, you can look at the example too, but I think it's pretty clear. So it says, you can see two equal to signs and one exclamation sign. So this is 3 strictly not equal. So yes, they are equal, so it will return false, obviously. Then 3 and string 3, it will return true, because that means they are strictly not equal. These are strictly equal, so that's why it's showing us false. This would return they are strictly not equal. So yes, that is true. These things are these two numbers are strictly not equal. Makes sense. Add the strict inequality operator to the if statement, so the function will return the string not equal when value is not strictly equal to this. So put this double equal to sign, and 17, we are good to go to the next step. Pretty cool. We are on fire indeed. Now we use greater than operators. Yay! Greater than, smaller than. This is good actually. The greater than operator, we compares the values of two numbers. If number to the left is greater than the number to the right, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. We can use this for width too. If the return for at media queries, CSS, if you think about it, if the max width and medium width, if the height of the viewport, if you think about it, if the height of the viewport or the width of the viewport is greater than 100 pixels, then it would show the media query. It would run the media query. If the height or the width of the viewport is less than 100 pixels, then it would run the operator that way, the at media. But I understand. This is actually very cool. I'm trying to connect this to CSS, so maybe I can relate to it better. But we use the the comparison operator. The greater than, we can also say greater than operator. Comparison with the greater than. We have greater than, we have small, less than. If the number to the left is greater than the number to the right, it returns true. Basically, you can see this part is, the angle you can see. So where does it point to? So anything that points to this number, if this is smaller, I used to think of this as a beak. If the greater number is pointing to a smaller number, the beak would point this way. That was some crazy stuff. So basically, you can see that if this is the greater number than this is a greater number, that is true, so it will return true. Then if this number, this also does type coercion. Okay, coercion. This number is in fact greater than this string, then this number is not in fact greater than this number. This number is also not in fact greater than this number, so it is false. Pretty cool. Pretty clear. Add the greater than operator to the indicated line so that the return statements make sense. So indicated lines means these two. So हम ये लोग क्या करेंगे, तो ये भी function क्या पढ़ते हैं. So there is a function called a test greater than value. So this will test value is greater than what? So the return statements make sense. We have to make it appropriate. Okay. Over 100. You know what? I'll write 520. Cool. If it's true, but we want it 90. 90. So if I write 100, What? Let's read this again. So 5 is greater than 3, then it would return true. But if this is 10, and so that way it would return false. You wouldn't get anything. Oh, also if it's false, then it will run this function. I see. Array, come on, escape. Let me take this. Okay, and now, so when it returns 10, it will definitely be false. So it will ignore this, then it will go into another if statement where it will check whether the number val is what? Over 10. हाँ तो लिखते हैं ना 10. Over 10. Do I write 9? And if it will check if value, which is this 10 is greater than 9, it will return over 10. If the value 10, okay, not let me read this test. So test greater than 0. So when we put 0 here, the return should return the string 10 or under. Okay, let's see. Let me try thinking. If it were this case, so the value is 0. Yeah, don't worry. When it's 0, it will check with this. Is 0 greater than 90? No. So now it will go to if statement. Is this over 100? It should be 100. This should be 10. Yeah. If 0 is greater than 10, which it is not, it will return 10 or under. So when it's 0, it should return 10 or under. If it's 10, it should return 10 or under. Yep. Oh, 10 or under. 10 and 10, they are the same. Let's see what it will return. Okay, I'll make this 10 again. I'll make this what was it? It was value. Okay, val. Okay. So 10 is not greater than 100, so it will go to this if statement. 10 is, well, it's not greater than 10, is it? It is 10 or under. Will it return 10? Let's see. Yep, yeah, we finished that test. What else test? What other test will it check? So it will return over 10, obviously. When we write 99, it should return over 10. Yep. When we write 100, it should return over 10. Yep. If we write 101, it should return over 100. Yeah. I don't know what I was getting worried about for. Why I was getting worried about. What I was getting worried of. Okay. Comparison with a greater than or equal to operator. Okay, now greater than or equal to. That is this is getting more and more interesting. So greater than or equal to operator compares the values of two numbers. If the number to the left is greater than or equal to the number of the right, it returns true, otherwise it returns false. Like the equality operator, the greater than or equal to operator will convert data types while comparing. So this will do what we call type coercion. Yeah. At the greater than or equal to operator, the indicated line, so that the return statements make sense. Okay, 20 or over, greater than or equal to 20. So 20 है या उसके ऊपर है. Again, let's copy this operator, or we could write it for practice. So equals to what? 10 or over. That's it. We passed the test. Very cool. The less than operator compares the values of two numbers. If the number to the left is less than the number to the right, yeah, it returns true. Yep. Otherwise it returns false. Like the equality number operator, the less than operator converts data types while comparing. Yep, it does type coercion. It does compare data types. Add the less than operator to the indicated as. Okay, yeah. Under 25, so that's also pretty clear. Under 55. They're literally giving us directions. We can go to the next step. And you can see the construction is on 24/7. That is the way it does. Just like me, I'm live all the time. Okay. the less than or equal to operator. So now I think we are picking up pace back again. Yeah. And yeah, I've picked up the pace again. Maybe I don't know what happened in that hour. I lost it, but we are back. We are so back. Okay. The less than or equal to operator compares the values of two numbers. If the number to the left is less than or equal to the number to the right, it returns true. If the number on the left is greater than the number on the right, it returns false. Like the equality operator, less than or equal to operator converts data types. ये भी बराबर है, ये भी it makes sense. Pretty logical. Yeah. Very rich of me to say that. Pretty logical. Add the less than or equal to operator to the indicated line so that the return statements make sense. Yeah, let's see. Okay. But guys, don't worry. If you think I'm going very fast, you can just ask me to slow down. I will slow down. But if you look at this, it's pretty clear here. If you look at this, smaller than or equal to, so we're literally writing smaller than or equal to 12. Then the same way we write it here, smaller than or equal to, this will also do type conversion. We literally write it 24. Yeah. If you want to see what this function does, you can see this is a function called test less or equal, and it takes an argument called val. We are speaking to val here, value, if the value is smaller than or equal to 12. So let's say the value is 10. Is 10 smaller than or equal to 12? Huh? Yes, it is smaller than 12. So it will return smaller than or equal to 12 or equal to, so yeah, or thing. If it is not, if it is bigger, let's say we write 13 here, 13 is bigger than this, so it will go to false. The false statement, instead of writing return false, they've added another if statement to, we call this nesting. We came across nesting in the previous videos too with HTML and CSS. So now it will check again. What will it check? So it will check the value. So we wrote 13 earlier. Is 13 smaller than 24 or equal to 24? It is not. So we go to this. Sorry, yeah, it will return smaller than or equal to then. If it is larger, that means it is in fact larger than and not equal to 24, then it goes to the false statement. It will say more than 24. Pretty cool, pretty clear, makes sense, nice. At least twice. Yep, 60% complete, 10% more to go. 10% खत्म करने में 1 घंटा 40 मिनट चले गए. I'm not going to account for the 50 minutes in this. So if you think about it, we finished this in what? 15 minutes, the rest of the 10%. Yeah, that's good odds. Those are good odds. Anyway, comparisons with the logical and operator. Okay, sometimes you will need to test more than one thing at a time. The logical and operator returns true if and only if the operands to the right and left of it are true. Okay, the logical and operator. The logical and operator. Fine. So yeah, there is an operator called and we came across the logical and operator before too. This is what it's called. It's called and, but this is the this is the symbol for it. Returns true if and only if the operands to the left and the right of it are true. Oh, interesting. So very cool. The same effect would be achieved by nesting an if statement inside another if. I understand. Let's see. If number 10 is greater than 5, yes, then it will run a function called if number 10 is less than 10, no, then it will return no. If yes, then it will return yes. Okay. This will, okay, what if I write 4. Is 4 greater than 5? No. So what will it do? It will return no. क्या मजाक कर रहा है? What? Where is the return no statement? So inside this curly bracket is this much. That only accounts for true. What? Let me read this again. This code will return yes if number is greater than 5 and less than 10. 5 से 10 के बीच में हो तो. The same logic can be written with the logical and operator. I'm going to read that again, maybe a few more times. Read the example code again. So if my number is, let's say 6 is greater than 5, yes. So what will it do? It will now check, it will run another if statement where it will check whether the number is greater than 10, less than 10. So it is yes, so it will return yes. Very good. Okay. What if my number is not between 5 and 10? Let's try 1. Is 1 greater than 5? No. Will it simply return no? Then where is the statement for it? How will it jump from this to this? Crazy, yeah, crazy stuff. But we live for it. So who are we to say anything anyway? Okay. बढ़िया, crazy stuff indeed. Okay, क्या करना है अभी, चलो देखते हैं. The same way इस कोड को जैसे लिखा गया उसको हम लोग and logical operator का यूज़ करके भी कर सकते हैं. Okay. So this code will return yes if number is greater than 5 and less than 10. The same logic, ये जो logic use किया can be written with the logical and operator. Logical and, this is the logical and operator. तो भाई यार दोनों check करेगा. Basically we can set up a range. भाई अगर number 50 से 100 के बीच में है तो तू ये करेगा. So is it greater than 50? Yes. Is it less than 100? Yes. Then return yes. Otherwise return no. If it's anywhere other than these two numbers, then return no. Pretty cool, pretty understandable. And you can see this text is after the curly bracket. So yeah, that must be the syntax, and we can achieve that without nesting another if statement inside this. Basically, it can be done with this and logical operator, or the logical and operator. Replace the two if statements with one statement using the and operator. These are two ampersands, I would say. I'll copy them, which will return the string yes if value is less than or equal to 50 and greater than or equal to 25. Okay, less than or equal to 50 and greater than or equal to 25. Okay, this basically. And you can also see only change code above or below this line. Pretty cool, pretty understandable. Okay, इसको क्या करेंगे, इतने को क्या बताता है, अच्छा ऐसा है. ओके, हटाओ. अदरवाइज रिटर्न नो. यप. नाउ वैल्यू दो बार आएगा. पेस्ट इट. वैल्यू क्या बता रहा है, लेट्स रीड दिस अगेन. इफ वैल्यू इज लेस देन और इक्वल टू 50, less than or equal to 50, not 540, 50, and greater than or equal to 25. So greater than or equal to 25. So what's the problem? Let's see whether this is right. Basically it's between 50 and 25. I could write it here and that could be written over there. Let's see. Otherwise the string will return no. So let's take a number. Let's take this number. So the first argument is less than or equal to 50. Let's take the number 35. 35, is it less than or equal to 50? Yes, it is. And then check, is it greater than or equal to 25? Yes. So both of the statements are validated and now it returns yes. If one of them or both of them are invalidated, then it will return no, giving us the answer no in this case. Pretty cool. Let's read through the tests. You should use the and operator once, logical and operator once. We did. You should have only one if statement. We only have one if statement here. Test logical and 0 should return the string 0. So if we were to make this 0, let's compare. Is it less than or equal to 50? Yes, it is. Is it greater than or equal to 25? No, it is not. So it will return no. Cool. What else? 24, is 24 greater than 25? Nope. So no. we don't even need to check below 50. It is below 50 indeed. I'm going to read this now. 25 is below 50, but it's greater than and equal to, so in both cases we have the yes, so we can return yes. 30 is between 50 and 25, yes. 50 is between 50 and 25, yes. 51 is greater than 25, but it's not less than 50, so no, sorry. 75 and 80 will show the same thing. Pretty cool. Great, 61% complete. Very nice, nicely done. We are heating up indeed. 60% खत्म कर दिया एक दिन में बैठ के. New record indeed. Do we have a message? I do have a message, but that was half an hour ago. My mom's asking for dinner. Just a second guys, I'll speak to her. Okay, yeah, just me and my dinner plans. Okay, back to this. You don't need to hear anything about that. Comparison with the logical OR operator. Okay, so now we came across the AND operator. Now we will read the OR operator. That's so much to take in one day if you guys think about it. But yeah, for me it's so much to take, and you guys can of course replay the video anytime, any number of times you like. So I think it's all good for the lot of us. Okay, logical OR operator returns true if either of the operands is true, otherwise it returns false. Either of the ओके एंड में एक भी दोनों को ट्रू होना चाहिए तभी ट्रू होगा. इन ऑल अदर सिचुएशंस इट विल रिटर्न फॉल्स. इन दिस केस अगर एक भी ट्रू निकला it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Oh wow, I can understand that. It's pretty clear. So basically, if you think of this, let me just show you the I anchor back to this. So for AND operators, it's very simple. Let's take this statement A and statement B. With AND operators, what will happen is, so if statement A is true but statement A is false, then the script or the language will return, the prompt will return false. If both of them are true, so A is true and B is true, then it will return true. If either of them are false, that's very weird, but yeah, if either of them are false, then it will return false. If both of them are false, of course false, but if both of them, either of them is true or false, it will still return false. So that's the AND operator, logical AND operator. And now we are look at me doing this anyway. Yeah, so the logical operator returns true if either of the operands is true. So with this case, let's take this A and this is B. So say hello A, this is B. If A is true and B is false, still it will return true. Let's say so either of the situations is true. If B is true and A is false, sorry A, it will still return true. If both of them are false, then of course they'll return false, and both of them are true, then it will return true. So that's it. Raise your hands up. There are other ways to explain this. I am choosing to show you it this way. Back to this. So logical operators, this is what you call a pipe. If you don't know what a pipe is, I will quickly show you. We can open a new tab here. So what can I write? American keyboard. That should give us, okay, yeah, or I could have also written QWERTY keyboard, but yeah, that's what I thought of. Okay, can you guys, oh, you guys cannot see anything, can you? Okay, I'll go to the main tab. Okay, so you guys can see this is the QWERTY keyboard. Let me open this. Okay, so that is the QWERTY keyboard. And where is the pipe? Okay, that went away or what? Yeah, so what? Oh yeah, so for British keyboards, the United Kingdom keyboards, this is the pipe. This is what you call pipe. This is what we use for the OR operator. So two pipes. For I think US keyboards, it should be here. Yep, that's where it is. This is where you'll find it. That is below backspace. With larger keyboards like these, can you see that? Yeah, with larger keyboards like this, it is on the left hand side of enter. It is above. Oh, so yeah, backward slash. It's where the backward slash button is, literally above. So when you press shift and pipe, it will show you the pipe. Okay, pay the pipe. Okay, the logical operator returns the true if either of the operands is true, otherwise it returns false. The logical operator is composed of two pipe symbols. This can typically be found between your, that's just rustling of the leaves, don't mind that. So what does this say? This can typically be found between your backspace and enter keys. Between your backspace and enter keys, it's different for each and every computer. For Mac users, it's pretty much between the backspace and the delete and the return key. That's pretty, you'll find it easily. Now what does this do? The pattern below should look familiar from prior waypoints. Yes, it does. We have an if statement. Inside this there is the greater than operator. It says if a number is greater than 10, if it's true, you return no. What? Okay. If the number is less than 5, If it's true, you return no. What? Let me visualize a number. Maybe I can't understand this. Let me take this number called 6. 6 is greater than 10? No. So then it will go to this. What will it do now? So let's check. It will check this number with 5. Is the number greater than 5, less than 5? No. If that's the case, then it will return yes. Okay, so it's a number, yeah, between 5 and 10. Okay. Why would it return true? So let's say if I write 11, so true में वो बोलेगा no. So भाई हम ये number इन दोनों range के अंदर नहीं है. Oh, I get it. Yeah, it's the same thing, but now we're using 2 pipes. Okay, literally 2 pipes. This code, yeah. Okay. So instead of 2 ampersands, now we're using 2 pipes. There's literally not much of a difference, but instead of yes here, the no will be at the value of true, and the yes will be at the value of false. Pretty cool, pretty understandable. Combine the 2 if statements into one statement which returns the string outside capital outside if value लिखा ही है छोड़, value is between 10 and 20 inclusive, otherwise return the string inside. You know what, I'm going to copy this, or you know what, yeah, I'll keep them. So value and value. Now 2 pipes, and we should remove this if statement altogether. ये भी space हटा देते हैं. Yeah. Okay, what is the argument? So is not between 10 and 20. Not between 10 and 20. So I could write greater than 20. I could write less than 10 or greater than 20. That should do it. So less than 10 or greater than 20. So let's take a number. Let's check this number. So I'll take, 9. Is 9 less than 20? Yes. And after that, is 9 greater than 20? No. So we have one yes and one no. So that will give us outside. It is outside this range. Let's take something that is inside this range. Let's check. So let's take 12. Is 12 smaller than 10? No. Yes. That is very good. And is it greater than 20? Then it will also return 10. Yes. That this is incorrect. 10. Sorry. Then this should be larger than 10, and this should be smaller than 20. If 12 is greater than 12, yes. Is the value less than 20? Yes. So it should say inside. Okay. I think, yeah, the code now makes sense. Let's check. Nope. Some more errors. Why? Okay. So let's read this. I was right the first time. So when the number is 15, is number 15 greater than 10? Yes. Is it less than 20? Then this should be 20 and this should be 10. Let's run that out. 15 is greater than 20? No. Is it less than 10? No. Then it should be inside. I think that should cover it. Yep. Let's read that code again. If the value is greater than 20, no. So 15 is no. And is the value less than 10? No. So that means it is between these numbers. So it means inside. Cool. We can go to the next step. I can see 0 viewers today. What's up with you guys? It's even Friday night. What is up with you, man? It's Friday night. Why is no one around? I must be having lunch. Anyway, doesn't matter. When a condition for an if statement is true, the block of the code following it is executed, which is this, the block of code following it after it. What about when the condition is false? Normally nothing would happen with an else statement and alternate block. So nothing happens is usually this. जो हम लोग खाली देखते हैं ना वो है ये. If you see this is the if statement, entire if statement. So when the value is true, it will return this. If it's false, then we use else. What about when the condition is false? Then nothing would happen. With an else statement, an alternate block of code can be executed. So this is what I was thinking of. Exactly. Okay. So combine if statements into a single if else statements. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Let's read this. This is a function. Let result is this. We are not supposed to touch any of this. Cool. This is an empty string. Okay. Let's take this number 4. Is 4 greater than 5? No. So there should be a value called else here. I'm going to play with this. Let's see. Else. So now it will check whether the value is less than or equal to 5. Oh, then we don't need to do anything really. We should remove this as well. Oh yeah, that should be there. Result 5 or smaller. Is it greater than 5? No. So then it will return 5 or smaller. Literally that's it, I think. Let's check. Yeah. What is up with this spacing? Sorry. Let's put this in the next line first. Very good. Then in this line some spacing please. This is the else statement, this is the result statement, and this is the curly bracket end statement. Okay. And this should be given some space. No need really. Okay. Cool. 63% done. Only 7% to go. And what is it? Oh, it's 8:18 already. Wow. So much time spent. Okay. So much time has been spent. If you have multiple conditions that need to be addressed, you can chain if statements together with else if statements. I see. Else if. So let's read this. Maybe try to make sense of it. So if 11 is greater than 11, which it is not, so it will go to the else statement. If the number is less than 5, which it is not, then it will run an else again. Okay. And it will return between 5 and 12. So yeah, which it is. Okay. Let's take number 1. Is number 1 greater than 15? No. So then it will run the else if statement. In the else if statement, what will it do? So it will check whether the number is less than 5. It is. So yes, it says smaller than 5. If it were not, okay. Why do we need else if? Okay, so दो if चलाने के लिए else के अंदर हम लोग if खेलेंगे. Okay. Oh, we have one viewer. Thank you so much for watching. Hello. Okay, let's read this. If value is greater than 10, what do we want to do? Convert the logic to use else if statements instead of this. Okay. I'll simply write else here. I think that should do it. Nope. More thought needs to happen. Maybe the curly brackets will make me understand. So this curly bracket ends here. Okay, that's the first if statement. Is it this about the spacing? Else if value is less than 5, then it will run this. Okay, where does this end? It ends here. Oh, so then should there be another else? What? Okay, there should be another else here. else that should do it. Yep, 64. Do you guys want to see that again? Okay, so this is the if function, and if function checks, let's say a number, let's 7. So is 7 greater than 10? No. So now it will go to else if statement. In this else if statement, it will check whether the number is smaller than 5. No, it is not. So now it will check, it will go through the else statement again, and it will return between 5 and 10. So yeah, it is in fact between 7. The 7 number is in fact between 5 and 10. We are good to go. 64% complete. Wow, 3 minutes. Interesting. Logical order in if else statements. Order is important in if else if statements. The function is executed from the top to bottom, so we will want to be careful of what statement comes first. Take these two functions for example. So let's read this function. This function is called foo, and it takes an argument called x, or the argument is x. If whatever we put in the argument, let's say 10, the number is 10. If we take 10, so what happens? Is 10 less than 1? No, it is not. So it will go to else if. That was a very slow pause, I understand. So yeah, 10, that was a long pause. So yeah, it is not less than 1, so it will go to the else if statement. Now it will check, is the number less than 2? No, it is not. So then it will go to else greater than or equal to 2. What? Or equal to 2? How? Okay, so that's the first example. Let's look at the second, and the second just switches the order of the statements. So instead of this function, again bar, bar, could be something, x. So am I too loud? Okay, yeah. So with if, so let's take this example. So it says x less than 2. So I'm going to take the number 10 again. Is 10 less than 2? No. So then we'll go to the else if statement. What does this say? So is 10 less than 1? No. So then it's greater than or equal to 2. What? It is. Okay. Well, these two functions look nearly identical. If we pass a number to both, we get different outputs. Interesting. Let's see why. So foo bar is another acronym. You guys can check out the acronym of foo bar by yourselves. I will not expand into that, elaborate what foo bar means, but it is a funny acronym. Okay. Okay, now what does this say? Foo 0. So let's run this. What will foo 0 do for the first one? Foo 0 is 0 less than 1. Yes, it will return less than 1. Okay, cool. Will return string less than 1. Okay, and bar 0 will return string less than 2. So let's read this. Oh, obviously, yeah, because it's checking 2. So when we put 0, 0 is less than 2. Yes, so then the statement will end here. If the function will end here, it doesn't need to even go to this. Okay, yeah, obviously. Yeah, obviously, but now it makes sense. Okay, so the order does matter. Change the order of logic in the function so that it will return the correct statements in all cases. So what I can do is, I mean, when they say change the order, it's pretty obvious to me that we are supposed to change the order. It's not that we are supposed to think and then change the order. What I can quickly do is, if I'm not going to do this, I can change, yeah, this to 5, this to 5, and I'll change this to 10. But before we copy, let's think. Okay, so order my logic. This is the number 7. So if the value is number 7, let's check. Is it greater? Is this less than 5? 7? No, it is not. So now it will jump to this else statement, else if statement. Is this number greater than 10? Less than 10? Yes. So it will say less than 10. But if it is, let's say 15, Is 15 less than 5? No. So then it jumps to the else if statement. Is this number greater than 10, less than 10? No, it is not. So it will return this greater than or equal to 10. Yep. So we change the order, or rather I changed the number, literally changed the numbers here, and it worked. 65. Oh, we have 2 viewers. Hello 2 viewers, thank you for joining. I'm learning JavaScript. Hello. Okay, now if else statements. What does this say? Chaining if else statements. So we are going to chain if else statements. This is all basic stuff. We are learning basics. We are not applying them anywhere to any of our formulas or any of our HTML or CSS pages or in real life scenarios. So do not worry, we will get to there, but for now we can continue. So if else statements can be chained together for complex logic. Here is pseudocode of multiple chained if else statements. Condition 1, statement 1. If the condition 1 is not right, if it's incorrect, statement 2, it will go through this condition 2. What can I think of this? Okay, is the grocery store open? No. Then check another grocery store. Is there any other grocery store nearby? Yes. If it's yes, go there. Can you see any other grocery store nearby? No. Okay, so we've already jumped to condition 3 where it says no, it's false. Now, do you have a vehicle? Yes. If you do, then statement 3, go and find a grocery store. Possibilities could be endless. There could be different situations. I can only think of a grocery store for now. Maybe there are people who can think of other real life scenarios where it can be applied in a better way for technology. Here is a pseudocode for multiple chain if else statements. Let's also look at the syntax. How does this syntax work? So condition 1, statement 1, okay. Condition 2, statement 2, okay. Else if. Then what are these 3 dots? What do they represent? So the curly bracket opens here, the statement 3, and then it ends here. I don't know what these 3 dots are for. Maybe we'll understand in the rest of the part. Okay, at the rest. Or this could mean ellipses, and it basically means so on and so forth till statement n. Obviously, now I read statement n and yeah, it makes sense, obviously. So yeah, we can basically chain so many if statements, and that's what happens in real life too if you think about it. If else, if else, if else. अगर ये नहीं हुआ तो ये करेंगे, अगर ये हुआ तो ये करेंगे. If you wake up at 10, you do this. If you don't wake up at 10, you do that. If you wake up at 11, you do this. For example, if you wake up at 6 today, you do this. If you wake up at 1 in the morning, suddenly you do that. There are different statements in our real life too, and yeah, that's how this is. But this is more defined. It's not subjective, it's more objective. Write chained if else if statements to fulfill the following conditions. Okay, अभी हम पूरा लिखने वाले हैं. चलो शुरू करते हैं. If and then curly brackets open. Okay, क्या करेंगे? Okay, so number 5 return tiny, number 10 small. Okay, text size is 7 for now. Oh, it's for t-shirts. Nice. That's a very nice example, really. Okay. So num. I can copy these, but I will type them instead. Num is less than 5. The order matters, guys. So let's say my t-shirt size is 7. Is 7 less than 5? No. Let's say my size was 4. Is 4 less than 5? Yes. So in this it should return what? Tiny. So tiny. Good. Okay, now we will also nest another. I'll write else if and put the curly brackets inside these curly brackets. What will I before the curly brackets I should also put a condition. I should write number 10. So now it will compare the number with 10. First it compared it with 10, compared it with 5. It was not true, so now it will compare it with 10. The same we will compare it till 20. For 20, this is the argument. Okay, so let's return return, return the value. What value will it return? It will return small. Pretty clear. Now we go again. You know what, I will reuse the code. What will this do? So else if num is less than 10, now it's less than 15, it should say medium. Good. Again we go to this. Now this should be 20, and instead of medium this should say large. The order matters, guys. Then we go again. What does this say? Num 20 greater than or equals to 20, return huge. थोड़ा लॉजिक दिमाग चलाना पड़ेगा. Greater than or equals to 20, sorry, greater than or equals to, so we are using that operator. It should return huge. Let's go through this. Let's take a number called 50. Yeah, 50. Is number 50 less than 5? No. It will jump to this. Is the number less than 10? No. It will jump to this. Is the number less than 15? No. It jumps to this. Is the number less than 20? No. Is the number greater than or equal to 20? No. Yes, it is. So it will return huge. Interesting. In which case will it be change me? I don't think we'll ever come across change me. Can we come across change me in this case scenario? I don't know. I want to see this. I do want to find out how. And this should also, say else, sorry, else, and then I don't think there can be any number that would return no after reaching these steps, but here we are. Yep, that's it. I think we should be good to go. You should have at least 4 else statements. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4. You should have at least 4 if statements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should have at least 1 return statement. Yeah, we have several. Test size 0 should return the string tiny. Is 0 less than 5? Yes, it will return tiny. Is 4 less than 5? Yes, it will return tiny. Is 5 less than 5? No. So is it less than 5? It should. Is it less than 10? Yes, it will return small. Is 8 less than 5? No. Is this okay? Yeah, I can jump directly to 10 now. Is 8 less than 10? Yes, so it should return small. Is 10 less than 10? No. So it should return medium. Sorry, is 10 less than 15? Yes, so it will return medium. Is 14 less than 15? Yes, it will return medium. Is 17 less than 20? It will return large. Yeah, it is less than 20, it will return large. Okay, pretty cool. 20 will return huge. Yeah, in no scenario will it return change me. Or if anyone has better logic in this scenario, if they understand logic better than this, please explain how we can reach the statement where it says change me, how we can get it to say that. Whoa, 234. We spent a great deal of time. In the game of golf, each goal has a par, PAR. Okay, the average number of strokes against a golfer is expected to make. Sorry, let's read that again. In the game of golf, each hole has a par, meaning the average number of strokes a golfer is expected to make in order to sink the ball into the hole, complete the play. Acha. So from wherever they are starting, how many strokes they need to make to reach a hole. Acha, limit. Is par a limit? Par in golf, let's find out a little, so maybe we can understand the logic a little bit better. Par in golf, what does this say? Par is score in golf. Par is the predetermined number of strokes that a proficient golfer should require to complete a hole, a round or a tournament. Okay. So कितने बार तुम you're going to swing it to reach the goal. So maybe at 5 pars you will reach, or 5 strokes. 5 strokes is your par, for example, the average number of strokes. Okay, makes sense. Depending on how far above or below par your strokes are, there is a different nickname. That's new. Your function will be passed par and strokes arguments. You can see that. Return the correct string according to this table, which lists the stroke in order of priority, top highest to bottom lowest. Return the correct string. So this is the return string. It should return this value. If the stroke is 1, okay. If it's less than or equal to par minus 2, it should return eagle. If it's par minus 1, birdie. If it's par, then par plus 1, bogey, double bogey, go home. Okay. Greater than par plus 3. Greater than or equal to par plus 3. Okay. I could just simply use these arguments. What does that mean? Strokes 1. Acha, strokes, if the stroke is 1. What? Let's read this again. Your function will be passed par. So if my par is 5, अच्छा par को हम लोग कुछ करने नहीं वाले, उसके साथ सब मैथ्स करेंगे. Okay, cool. If it's, it doesn't matter if the strokes is 1 in this case, does it? Okay. Par and strokes will always be numeric and positive. We have added an array of all the names for your convenience. Thank you. They've already added an array. Oh yeah, nice. So we don't need to type all of that. We will just return the first or the second or the third item from the array. Yeah, I'll have to refer to the basic the JavaScript code to return an array. I think it was bracket notation. Yeah, bracket notation. We are going to use bracket notations. Okay, so let's start with an if statement. If में क्या लिखेंगे? पहले तो कौन सा आएगा? If strokes is 1 equal to, nope, 1, then what will it do? It should return a value called hole in one. We already have names, so it should return return. What does it say? Names 0. Okay, and semicolon, of course. Okay, let's read this again. So when the stroke value is 1, I'm using that operator, equality operator. I mean, I can also use strict equality operator, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so if strokes says 1, so if we enter 1 here and it says yes, then it will return hole in one. You can see that. Good. Let's go to the next argument now. Else if what? Else if strokes is what? This much. Okay, yeah, we can just, I think we can simply copy that. Hopefully does not get more complicated than that. Yes, if the strokes are less than or equal to par, for example, the par is 5, so 4 is less than or equal to 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. So is 4 less than 3? No. तो दूसरे पे को देगा. If it is, then it will ask us to return eagle. So return return what names, which is this list, array, array. It will return the second value, which is eagle, and then we write another clue. Else if I am going to reuse this to my advantage. I think hole in one is the first value, eagle is the second value, bird is the third value. par is the fourth value, bogey is the fifth value, and double bogey is 6, and go home 7. So I can simply go in this manner. Okay, copy, space, enter. You know what, I'll also copy the space as well. Okay, so now we go to the third. This says par minus 1, nothing else. If the strokes, okay, yeah, then we use the equality operator, par minus 1, because we're not assigning it a value, we are checking whether we are comparing the two, so we don't put the equal to sign. Yeah, now we go here. Am I missing something? No, I don't think so. Now if it's equal to par, it should return 3. Yeah, so the fourth value. Now we go to this. Now what's this? Par plus 1, nothing. This is par plus 1, so it changes to plus space 1. This should return the fourth value. Okay. Oh, I'm not giving it semicolons. Let's put the semicolons in there. Thank you. Very good. Okay, now I should copy it. Paste. Now we go to par plus 2. Okay, so this becomes par plus 2. That's it. And this becomes 5. Very nice. Then again we go to, okay, if this is greater than equals to, then we can reuse this. We don't need to reuse this. I'll paste it, no problem. Okay, chalo. Now we go to the seventh value. Seventh value is go home, of course. Par is plus 3, and not only that, we also change the operator to greater than or equals to par plus 3. We say go home. That's it, and we end this with an else statement where we return change me. This should be in curly brackets. Yep. Let's see what it does. Do we want to check every check? We don't need to. We were pretty clear with it. We double checked everything. We went through all the steps, so I don't need to go through it. But yeah, pretty much this is the code, and we wrote that in a nice manner, in a logical manner. So all the tests were fulfilled, and we can go to the next step anyway. 66%. Whoa, yeah, apparently JavaScript, with each step it does take some time. It does take a lot of time, but yeah, just the time is all it takes, nothing else. And the thing, the mind, what am I even saying? Let's stop. Selecting from many options with switch statements. Selecting from many options with switch statements. Okay, if you need to match one value against many options, you can use a switch statement, new. So like we came across if, else, and now switch. If you need to match one value against many options, you can use a switch statement. A switch statement compares the value to the case statements, which define various possible values. Okay, so just like if, else, we have switch and case. Okay, any valid JavaScript statements can be executed inside a case block, JavaScript statements, and will run from the first matched case value until a break is encountered. Okay, so we are reading 3 arguments now: switch case and break, if, else, and switch case and break. Okay, here is an example of a switch statement. Yeah, that did nothing for me, so I'm going to read the example. So switch, so we begin the function. So switch is taking the argument fruit. What does this do? So we check it with a case called apple. Is it an apple? If it is, it will say the fruit is an apple. If it is not, it will break. Okay, and then it will check with another case. Is it an orange? Yeah, well, it is a fruit, so yeah, the fruit is an apple. Okay, is it an orange? Yes, the fruit is an orange. Will it return 2 values, yes and yes? I'm going to read this now that I've read the example. Let's read this paragraph again. If you need to match one value against many options, you can use a switch statement. Okay, so we have many options. Fruit, apple and oranges are fruits. Okay, apples and oranges. A switch statement compares the value to the case statements. Yes, so switch का statement है fruit. Okay, and compares the value to the case statements. So the case statement is apple. Okay, so yes, it is a fruit. The fruit is an apple. Yeah, the fruit is an apple. Interesting. Okay, अच्छा वहाँ पे हम लोग मैं लिखूँगा apple तो दिखाएगा तो fruit is an apple. Okay, any valid JavaScript statements can be executed inside a case block when will return from the first matched case value until a break is encountered. So when it says case, is it also case sensitive? Let's find out for ourselves. Okay, case values are tested with strict equality. The break tells JavaScript to stop executing statements. अगर यहाँ पे काम हो गया तो ये run नहीं करना है. I think that's what it means. If the break is omitted, which means this, अगर हमें आंसर यहाँ पे मिल जाता है फिर भी ये रन करेगा. Is that what you're saying? The next statement will be executed. Yeah. So अगर इसने चेक कर लिया and let's say apple is apple indeed, but we don't mention the break. Even if we have the yes answer, it will check it with another case. Okay. I think that's clear enough. Now what will we do? So we will write a switch statement which tests value and sets answer for the following conditions. Okay. Let answer be an empty string, not an empty array. So let's, you know what, yeah, let's try writing this and understand. So we have switch. In this, what do we write? So we write value. Okay, now open the curly brackets. Inside the first curly bracket is all of it inside the curly bracket. Yeah, so all the cases will be inside one curly bracket. Okay, let's write the first case. What does the first case say? In double quotes, what will we write? Write a switch statement which tests the value and sets answer for the following conditions. Yeah, okay. If I write 1, and what do we write here? So for the example it says console.log, but we are to write what? We are to append an answer to append the word alpha to the answer. So this is not a, oh yeah, we are to, अच्छा तो reassign करेंगे ना value. This is let. So I'll write answer. So we are reassigning the value. Think again guys, to alpha. That should do it. Are we to put this in a bracket? I don't know, let's find out. Okay, sets the answer for the following conditions. So yeah, I think that's it. And now we put another case. How many cases? 4 cases. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. The answer will be different for each one of them. So this will become what? 2, this will become 3, this will become 4. Now instead of alpha, now we will write beta, gamma, gamma, and delta, delta. Okay, I think that should conclude it. Let's see. We are also supposed to put a break after each of them. Yes, that is, I think, very important. So it will stop, going after that. I should have put that before it. Yep. Okay, I think that should give us the answer. It says return answer, but that's after. We are not supposed to touch this code, so we'll leave it. Case and switch, that's the name of the function. Case and switch, this is what the function does. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, let's check the order too. So what if the value is 1? If the value is 1, it will break right there and it will give us the answer alpha. If it's 2, it will say beta. Acha, so it won't break here. If the value is 2 and it gives us the answer no, then it will check with this. Can't I use if for that? Then what's the difference? Let's find out. It uses strict equality. The break tells JavaScript. Okay, but what does difference does that make? We can use if statement for strict equality. Maybe reading this will help us understand. A switch statement compares the value to the case statements, which defines various possible values. So basically, instead of writing if in a complicated manner, we can simply use switch and case and break. Is the live chat on? Yes, the live chat is on. Thank you, the silent viewers. Thank you for your support. Yeah, you watching is also a support for me. Okay, you should not use any if or else statements. क्या गलती हुई चलो देखते हैं. Okay, चलो at least we use 3 break statements. So where did we go wrong? Let's read this. Case in which one should have a value of the string alpha. What does that mean? Are we to it's a strict operator, right? I think that should do it. Strict operator. Yep, it's a strict equality operator. We cannot put it in strings. Yeah, this apple was string, so I thought of doing it, but that was incorrect. I should have thought of this and applied this. It is a strict equality operator, so it cannot be a string. Yep, cool. Save, and we can go to the next step. Mind blowing. Now what does this do? We will at least finish till 70, hopefully. Adding a default option in switch statements. In a switch statement, you may not be able to specify all possible values as case statements. Instead, you can add the default statement, which will be executed if no matching case statements are found. कुछ नहीं हुआ तो finally ये तो कर ही देना. Which will be executed if no matching case statements are found. Think of it like a final else statement in an if else chain. I understand. कुछ नहीं होगा तो ये कर देना भाई. कोई अगर match नहीं होता तो ये तो कर ही देना भाई. A default statement should be the last case. It should always be the last case. Okay. After endless cases. Okay. Yeah, I understand the syntax. I think you guys too do too. Let me copy this syntax then and play with you know what, I'll type this. I keep saying I want to type, I'll type this. So let us begin with switch. In this we will write val. Yeah, basically we are supposed to do this ABC default stuff for the following conditions, and this is a value. Will A become 1? Let's find out what will it do, because they are switch strict operators. Let's find out how they will behave. Okay, so case A. Is A even a? Okay, let's you know what, fine. Statement 1 should say answer to the following questions. अच्छा, तो हम लोग answer equals लिखेंगे. Answer equals to this apple. Oh, sorry, app alley, and then break. Let's copy this. How many? 1, 2, 3. So paste. This should become B. I can see there's no color to it, so maybe I am doing something wrong. Let's find out. The answer should become what? Bird. In this case it will become a cat. C. And for you, paste this. Instead of case, this should be default, and this will become, अच्छा सिर्फ default में क्या लिखते हैं, ऐसे लिखते हैं और कुछ नहीं लिखते हैं. Whatever the statement is. So answer stuff. Is it an apple? No. Is it a bird? No. Is it a cat? No. It is a stuff. It is stuff. Not it is a stuff. It is stuff. Okay. Let's see if this too. Okay. Oh, you can see, oh, it's a string A. Then why is this 1? I was misled. I thought, yeah, value, fine. Oh, can I do that? Oh, we can do that. Interesting, guys. So if you want to, add a double quotes, they've given us a great option. You select the text and then put double quotes, so it will not overwrite it. It will instead cover that in double quotes. Very cool. 68% complete. Very nice. We are almost there, guys. Oh, it's 9 o'clock already. Sheesh. Multiple identical options. 3%. It's okay. 3% to go. Multiple identical options in switch statements. If the break statement is omitted from a switch statement's case, omitted, मतलब निकाल दिया हो. You can see that. That looks so weird. हाँ मतलब break miss. Okay. A break statement is omitted from the following case. Statements are executed until a break is encountered. If you have multiple inputs with the same output, you can represent them in a switch statement like this. Oh, so automatically it will take 1, 2 or 3. Wow. Okay. I fail to see the application, but this must be something valuable. Otherwise, the freeCodeCamp wouldn't be explaining this. If you have multiple inputs with the same output, अगर 1 to 3 होंगे, अगर let's say 5 से 10 के बीच में है, then you just simply write, give us the result 1, 2 or 3. For example, you could simply write between 50 and 30 or 55 and 10. There's only 4 alone. Okay. Cases for 1, 2 and 3 will all produce the same result, so it will basically check with all 3 values. Write a switch statement to set the answer for the following ranges: 1 to 3 low, 4 to 6 mid, and 7 to 9 high. Pretty cool, pretty understandable. I understand what this is. So switch has a value this, whatever we put in there. Then we open the curly brackets. Inside the curly brackets is where all the magic will happen. So inside the curly brackets, we've put the first case. Case is what? It is 1. It is a number. What do we do? Nothing. Then we go with the next case. What do we do? Nothing. Only copy and paste it again. Then we also, what do we do again? अच्छा 9 तक जा रहे हैं. 3. But now we give it a result. No, it shouldn't be result in this case. It will what? It will be answer. Line, is the line break important? Let's find out. Maybe it is important. Let's find out whether it is or not. It should say low, semicolon, ends, and also break. So break, semicolon, ends here. Yeah, I do want to find out. Will it not? If this is the case, let's see. Paste. Let's see whether the indentation matters or not. Yep. Now we check for 4 to 6. So 4, 5, 6. We change this to mid. Then 7, 8, 9. You write high. And then break again. That's it. Okay. You need to have a case statement for each number in the range. Yep. Each number. Yep. So it doesn't matter with the indentation, where the indentation is. As long as these are empty, it will take this as a range. This has become a range. Okay. 2 more to go, guys. Then it will be 70% complete. I think only 1 more to go. If you have many options to choose from, a switch statement can be easier to write than many chained if else if statements. So if you have many options to choose from, a switch statement works. हाँ, क्योंकि इसमें ये दिमाग फट जाएगा. Instead we can just use switch and case and break. Switch, case, break. Okay, so what does this say? The following. So this argument can be replaced with this. This has many what we would say symbols. This has less symbols. I mean it looks simpler, but this makes so much sense. So val, and it's also strict equality operator. So is the value 1? No. Then you go this. Then you go to this. Is the value this? Yeah, then you do this. Okay, yeah, I understand. So case 1. सो वैल्यू तो यहाँ पे हर एक के साथ अप्लाई, अच्छा वो हर एक के साथ चेक करेगी. चलो वैल्यू पहले केस 1 देखते हैं. यहाँ पे केस में वैल्यू 1 है, हाँ रख दो आंसर, नहीं है तो ब्रेक, हाँ और ब्रेक करो. इफ़ द वैल्यू इज़ नॉट 1, गो टू दिस. इज़ द वैल्यू 2? yes, then do this and break the formula function then and there. If it's neither of them 1 or 2, then you give it the answer C. Pretty cool. The same way it works the same way really. So if else की जगह हम लोग JavaScript में switch and case का भी इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Oh, we have 0 viewers again. No problem. Enjoy your food, lunch. Change the chained if else statements into a switch statement. So yeah, okay. I have to do that, refer to that. Switch. First switch, the value closes, we remove this to what, we write case, oh yeah, in the curly brackets first. Okay, बाहर निकलो. ये है curly bracket beginning, this is the curly bracket end. Let me press enter a few times to once. Okay, now what do we write? I press enter, I write case space Bob. Instead of all this, what do we write? Case 1 Bob or case Bob, we write Mali. Okay, that ends here. Very nice. Now we remove again this. Oh yeah, instead of else if, we should write break semicolon enter. ये सब हटेगा. What? How is that Bob? I'll have to read this again. क्या था ये सब? So first value Bob के साथ चेक करेंगे, फिर 42 के साथ चेक करेंगे. What? है? Then it will check this with 1. Then it will check with this 19, and then it will check with this 1, 7. Why is Bob in here? I don't know. Missed me by this much. 8, 9. Okay. I'll press Command Shift Z again. Now I get it. Okay, that's it. Okay. So case. Now you're checking it with a number. Okay. Last time being. Now I'll also write break semicolon. Now क्या यहाँ से कहाँ चेक करना चाहिए, यहाँ से यहाँ चेक करना चाहिए. ये सब हो जाएगा रीराइट टू केस, ओवरराइट टू केस. यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक हम लिखेंगे. That's it. Oh sorry, colon space. Okay. After that we give it another break, semicolon. Then what do we select from here till here? I press, what will I press? So I'll press enter and case. Very nice, fast. After this we go here and what do I write? So I'll press colon space. Nice. We also put a break again, so I'll write break semicolon. Very good. Now what is the rest? This is another case. It says 8, 9. So sorry about this scratching. From here till here we do nothing but press enter and write case. Very good. And we go here and put colon and write space. Yeah, that's it. There's no default answer unfortunately, so we leave it at that. We'll just write break and okay. Why is there spacing? Okay. And you can see all of this is inside one curly bracket. All the cases are to be checked, and it says 7, so it will say 8 to 9, 7, 8 to 9. What is this joke? 70% complete, boys. We are done for the day. It is what, 9:05. Let me check whether we have more time for the day or not. Just a second. Why don't you listen to the music again? Hello guys, welcome back. So it seems we are done for the day. I've already set my goal to 70% and I finished it, so I'm going to take a short break now, short break of 8 hours. Yeah, I'm going to take a good nap, and I will see you guys back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. sharp. Maybe not sharp, maybe 10:15, who knows. But yeah, I'll be with you. Maybe I'll be with you for at least 4 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. I'm with you guys 8 hours, 10 hours of the day anyway, so see you then. Ciao and goodbye. Also Jai Shri Krishna. And you can also hear some fireworks, so Jai Shri Krishna.